Welcome to the Podiatry Profits Podcast, where you will discover how to get more patients and multiply the profits of your practice with minimally invasive foot surgery, proven marketing systems, and ethical influencing to your patients. And now, your host, board-certified podiatrist, best-selling author, speaker, and founder of TJ On Coaching and Consulting, Dr. TJ On.
Hello, this is Dr. TJ On. Welcome to this new episode 22. In this episode, I'm going to talk about why death of podiatry practice is inevitable unless you do the following transformation. You guys already know, I've been talking about this for years, that current healthcare system doesn't really support how traditional medical private practice has been serving patients. Insurance companies, that reimbursement dwindling, ever decreasing reimbursement every year, making rules and regulations so difficult for doctors to follow. Doctors are in constant fear of being audited. Grace period, bundled payment. All these things are detrimental to private practice owners to consider offering to your patients. Because I get it. Doctors are getting sick and tired of dealing with all this nonsense, bundled payments, grace period, regulations. Almost like, and then reimbursement rate is so low now that I get it. Why we bother? Why even bother offering the best treatment solutions if it is making that process so difficult to communicate with your patients, and you'll have a hard time making patients understand about all these payment processes. You sound like you're defending for insurance companies. So patients have no place to blame, and patients start blaming doctor and doctor's administrative office and billing department, where actually what we forget is that it's not you, it's the patient who contracted with the insurance company. So you're not really the place where need to explain why patients being charged by this much and that much is not something that you created. As long as you belong to that insurance plan, it's a contract between patients and the insurance company. And you're just in the middle of it, taking all the arrows, all the blames, and yet you're still trying to help patients. You see where I'm getting at? So does patient, obviously, does this make does this help your private practice? No, absolutely not. Doctors are getting sick and tired of doing surgeries, taking patients to a hospital or a surgery center, because you have to commute to hospitals and surgery center, waiting for God knows when it's going to be your turn, sitting in the waiting room, and not even counting losing your commuting time back and forth. And after that, what do you have to deal with? You have to deal with the bills hospitals and surgery centers are sending to patient. Again, poor you, poor us, poor doctors are the ones who are taking phone calls and complaints and blames. They don't put review on Google review and Facebook review about why insurance company charges them that much. Rather, they put a review why doctors charging us this much on Facebook and Google review of your practice, which is totally ridiculous and you know why I'm calling this death of podiatry practice? It's not really podiatry only. This is really death of private practice. If you're based on insurance company, insurance networks, death of private practice is inevitable. Another word I call it is a sinking ship. Like you are on a sinking ship. Patients are not supporting, nobody is supporting your ship, and ship is basically got so much holes and it's sinking to the ocean, and you're desperate on the ship to survive. I mean, I want you to take 2 seconds and visualize that situation. Can you really survive in that sinking ship where holes everywhere and already water's pouring in? And on top of that now, because of this post-pandemic, it's almost like ocean is not a quiet ocean. It's like stormy ocean. So environment doesn't help this situation either. It makes it worse. In fact, whole society and whole world is going through a hard reset. You know what that is? Hard reset. If your computer is frozen, no keystroke is working. What do you have to do? Switch doesn't even turn off the computer. You have to pull out a plug of that computer, wait 30 seconds, and then plug that back in, and then restart the whole booting up process of your computer. That's what we are going through since 2020. We are going through a hard reset of global shift. Financial system, political system. But along with that, there were already enough damage done in the healthcare system in the United States. Does that make sense, guys? United States healthcare system is so broken, it's not even close to very few successful socialized medicine. It's not even close. It doesn't work in my opinion. It just doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve patients. It doesn't serve doctors. Someone else who's becoming billionaires, and you know who, and we are just small fish. As long as you are in this rat race, you're in the spiral of death of private practice. Okay? Now, if you're still listening to this episode, I appreciate it because, it's just more aggravating probably to listen to this. But what I want you to understand is to face the reality. I don't want you to be in denial mode. Oh, I'm going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Well, there's another podiatrist down the block. He's still doing the same way. I think this is going to pass. You know what I can tell you? Storm is already here and ship is already sinking. Death of private practice is for sure unless you change. The only thing you can do proactively is to accept the reality, but pivot as soon as possible and invest in yourself in transforming your current practice to the global shift ready, the new era ready, so you can get out of this sinking ship. You can totally survive, and not only survive, but you can thrive in this golden opportunity. I call this opportunity once in a lifetime opportunity. When there's a crisis, historically proven that there are always golden opportunities, guys. I don't want you to miss this out. Now, how? You need to be aware of this global shift and immediately work on these 4 areas. Number 1, you need to develop your unique niche. Unique niche meaning within your specialty, you can even sub-specialize and get really, really good at one or two things. So you can amplify yourself as a go-to surgeon or go-to podiatrist of this one or two things. In other words, I don't want you to be generalist. You need to be a subspecialist of a specialty. And that's where you need to focus your energy on. In my case, that's minimally invasive surgery. But in your case, it doesn't have to be surgery. It can be some kind of non-surgical treatment, unique, very beneficial to your patients, but not many doctors are attempting to do it because of those stupid insurance hassle. So, beside the fact, insurance or not, I want you to focus what excites you the most as a podiatrist, as a surgeon, as a private practice owner. Hey, I feel my heart pumping when I think about helping my patients with these particular treatment solutions. That's something that you need to focus on as your niche. But there are some conditions. When you choose your niche, make sure your niche has decent profit margin, meaning higher return on investment. So don't choose your treatment solution, niche treatment solution is the lowest hanging fruit that anybody can choose that. That doesn't give you unique factor. That doesn't give you that high quality factor, concierge factor that anybody can model after you or imitate. That's not a niche. You need to pick something really good for patients, but they require certain instrumentation or certain equipment or certain skill set that not many people can imitate too quickly. Okay, number one, that's number one. Number two, unique targeted marketing. Not just generic blog posting, generic branding. Those are important, don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying here is that 4 shifts, 4 transformation to get you out of that of private practice. Targeted, there is enough AI, artificial intelligence out there. There's enough big data out there. There's enough technology out there that you can learn how to develop laser focused, laser targeted tracking ethically, attracting high quality patient prospects. Okay? So that requires some learning skills, some definitely a shift, transformation of your marketing system. Okay? So high ticket, qualified patient generating marketing system. That's number 2. Number 3, you need to learn ethical persuasion and influencing skills in order for you to communicate with your patients, increase your acceptance rate to your cases, your treatment solutions. Traditional sense, all you needed was to just bill insurance company. That's not going to work. I'm trying to get you out of that mindset of insurance company, insurance plans, CPT codes. I'm trying to give you different perspective. Now you are still providing the best treatment solutions to your patients without worrying about covered or not covered by insurance companies. In order for you to do that, you need to develop the skill set, persuasion. How can you influence patients' decision making? How can you help them enroll to your treatment solutions? As long as it's coming from ethical, from the heart that you wanted to help these patients, and as long as you learn these protocols and strategies and the proper a framework of communication with your patients, you will increase your case acceptance. And you know what that will do? Not only help your patients get out of their pain, but it will increase your profit margin. Okay? So remember, number 1, niche. Number 2, marketing. Number 3, persuasion skills. And number 4, last but actually the most critical one that people hate the most is the mindset. whenever you hear mindset, oh, there we go again. I've heard this so many times that here is a woo-woo universe, frequency, mindset. But believe me, doctors, that's the most critical one you need to shift. And sometimes it's hard to change your mindset. If especially we've been brainwashed by typical education system, typical medical system, healthcare system, you need help. Proven programs, mentor, proven coach has a proven record, can guide you along, hold your hand, get you out of that brainwashed state of mindset that there is totally possible to build 7-figure podiatry practice in United States without relying on heavy volume of patients. Wouldn't it be nice? Just imagine for 1 minute if you can see 8 to 10 patients a day, working 3 to 4 days max a week. So you're seeing about 40 patients a week, not dealing with so much of insurance plan. Yet if your revenue, you can hit 750,000 to 7-figure, and you have only 2 to 3 staff to deal with. It's possible. I can tell you because I've proven to my own practice and other doctors I have helped. It's proven. It's doable, realistic, as long as you systemize this, simplify the process, systemize it, get proven coaching, proven mentoring, implement violently, execute your plans into action. It is totally possible. Now, whole idea of this episode is to making you accept the reality of current healthcare system is not going any better. It's only getting worse. That's why I titled it Death of Podiatry Practice is Inevitable Unless You Do the Followings. I gave you 4 transformation, 4 shifts you must take if you want to get out of this current spiral and start having dreams again and having hopes again to really serve your patients at the level that you want to serve, and then you receive your money that you deserve. You need to listen to this episode again and start looking at your current practice and then see where you can start immediately shift and implement and improve. If you need help, you can always reach out to me. I'm offering limited slots a week. I dedicate those slots to 45-minute free strategy sessions. So you can schedule a session with me and we'll sit down on the phone. I can listen to your situation and I can help you provide some crystal clear game plan and see also if we are a good fit. If any of my programs, current programs, can be greatly beneficial to you to get you out of that death of podiatry practice, and you want to convert and you want to transform your practice, and you're so sick and tired of your current practice, and you feel like whenever you have to go back to your office, you feel like you're going to like death sentence or something, or you feel like you're burnt out. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is very, I don't know. It could be, if you look at it on a negative side, it's could be kind of scary and, but I know I'm like directly upfront and, dead authentic and, pure honest about this. Sooner you accept this as a fact and you pivot and you start improving yourself and shifting and transform, that's the fastest way. Sounds good? So again, if you love this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to my podcast channel so you can, you don't miss out my future episodes. And then please write me some review. Obviously, I'd love it if you give me 5-star. I mean, that, when I see those positive reviews and 5-star, I mean, that keeps me going, that makes me happy. And then I'm like, okay, great. There are people listening to my podcast. And then, it makes me want to continue, serve and help my colleagues get you out of that rat race. Rat race. I hate that word, but you can get out of rat race, death spiral, all those negativity. You don't need to stay in there. Sounds good? All right, doctors, I'll see you or talk to you at the next episode. And again, make sure you contact to me directly. You have contact information below this episode. All right, sounds good. Have a great week.
You've been listening to the Podiatry Profits Podcast with Dr. TJ An. To find out more about Dr. TJ An or discover how you can grow your podiatry practice, visit drtjan.com, or you can also get a free copy of Dr. An's best-selling book, Opt Out: How to Take Back Financial Control of Your Private Clinical Practice Without the Hassle of Insurance Companies. Just go to optoutbook.com.